Pope Francis talks about in the parable of the Good Samaritan is already being embodied by many people.
It's an honor, not just for me, I think, but it's an honor for our congregation, the Sisters of Charity of the Incarnate Word.
I've got 3 kids, and I think they're proud of me. We're standing up and doing what's right for immigrants, for our society, and for our faith.
We were put on the face of the earth for one reason and one reason only, to serve our fellow human being.
This theme, the Good Samaritans, because we need to focus more on acknowledging, recognizing, and praising some people who are able to embody the values of service, the value of respecting, honoring others people, because they are human beings.
It's a perfect theme for the Center for Faith and Culture because that's what the Center for Faith and Culture is all about. And Father Ben has chosen this in such a way that we can identify people who are already doing what the Pope is asking us to do. So that's why I think it's really critical for this time and at this time, especially in American culture where we seem to be so torn apart. We look at everybody as enemies rather than people we can help, we can reach out to, and we can all make a better society.
Fratelli Tutti 88. In the depths of every heart, love creates bonds and expands existence, for it draws people out of themselves and towards others.
Our patients fall in the cracks of the safety nets. So when we talk about health, we talk about a bigger picture of medical, which may mean helping them buy food, which may mean helping them with counseling. It might mean helping them with what's called today the social determinants of health. But in terms of the medical part, we're able to provide health care to those without access.
Sister Roseanne embodies the capacity to look at all of creation as enchanted with God. When she goes out with these clinics into areas in the city where she doesn't ask people what their religion is, what their ethnic background is, what their color is, how much money they have, and she just reaches out as someone who wants to be there to assist, to heal, and possibly to cure. She does remarkable work.
I grew up in a small rural German community where being church was as much as part of your life as, hoeing in the garden. It was just part of who you were. And my first assignment as a nun was down in South San Antonio in a tiny little, I don't even want to call it a city, that had a 30-bed hospital. And so, I became very aware of the needs of people who didn't have access and didn't have resources. And I think it was just something that clicked, and I, as my different ministries sort of unfolded, I gravitated toward that ministry. Caring for our brothers and sisters who have less than us is a community project. This isn't my ministry, this is our ministry. Each of us ministers in a different way.
I've been fighting for sensible immigration reform for 20 years, and I have not succeeded. I'll be 75 in May, but I don't want to slow down. I want to really be as vocal as I can about what needs to happen on immigration, not just as an employer, but of a believer in social justice, that we have to fix it.
This is a man who has shown not only courage, but persistence and perseverance in the way that he has championed the undocumented, the immigrant, the refugee who has come to this country to make a new way of life.
Fratelli Tutti 129. Our response to the arrival of migrating persons can be summarized by 4 words: welcome, protect, promote, and integrate.
My grandparents immigrated from the Czech Republic a long time ago, and my dad grew up speaking Czech in Joachim, Texas. And they were an immigrant family that farmed, that realized the American dream, and and then lost it all during the Depression. And afterwards they were homeless for 4 years. Poor and homeless are very big on our agenda, but most of them are immigrants, and we were immigrants. And it just doesn't make sense a country of immigrants would be so backwards on how we make laws, and the system is broken. But what really distresses me is how our politicians have made this a political football. The whole political situation is not conducive to building a strong America. And believe me, we are not going to build a strong America without immigration. And I don't mean illegal immigration. I mean, we need to find a path to legal status for the 11 million who are here, legal status so they can get a job. My faith is very important to me, as it was to my father, who, having been a son of an immigrant, felt the, I guess, the urgency to fix this mess. And it's so important that our kids understand our culture of being accepting of others who are different than us. And whether it's your nationality or the color of your skin or your eyes or whatever, we're all the same.
We are truly called as people of faith, of all denominations, to begin to look at society's ills and issues, inequities and inequalities, and apply the doctrine of what is best for all human beings, for humanity.
Here's a man who truly embodies and embraces his faith as a Catholic. Larry has manifested this in his capacity to dialogue with others.
He knows how to listen. He knows how to pay attention to other people, not simply what they are saying, but what is really going on in their heart.
Fratelli Tutti 203. Authentic social dialogue involves the ability to respect the other's point of view and to admit that it may include legitimate convictions and concerns.
It's all about relationships. I learned early on the value, the necessity, the prerequisite for service is to develop those relationships. But those relationships have to be nurtured, built, maintained, sustained on mutual trust and respect, because nothing happens without trust. To change any situation, you have to change the culture. When faith, culture, and spirituality works together, great things can happen. It is an interesting time to be looking at these issues from all the connectors that we have of how we want to join together with others, understand how we should respond to our individual callings, and then collectively decide what we want to do to better our society, to better Houston.
I think it starts with one person at a time. If I can't take care of the world, or I can't take care of Houston, I can't even take care of the East End, but I can take care of that one person that shows up for me. And that person hopefully will be inspired then to help someone else.
As long as the good Lord gives me the ability to breathe and talk, I'm going to be out there doing this. And because it's the most important thing, other than my family, in my life right now is trying to just make a difference for millions of people, and especially our kids.
We need to have more people who have the courage to embody what they believe as being meaningful, as being valuable, and seek to do those things. The three of them really embody that courage.